and do what we all want to do, to just have that right, that dignity, that very basic dignity, to be able to hug and kiss your child and not pray to God and not wonder, is my child gonna come back alive? Is my child gonna be arrested? And when I say child, I mean a child. I mean a 5-year-old. I mean a 6-year-old, 7-year-old. These are the victims of Israeli occupation. When we were in DC, we met an American citizen. His name was Tariq. He's from Florida, just a teenager. When he visited Palestine, his parents' home where his parents were born, he met his cousin. His cousin's name was Mohammed Abu Qadr. He was at the mosque. He just went there to pray. Just like some of you might go on a Sunday to your church or to your temple on Saturday. He just wanted to pray. At 6 o'clock in the morning, settlers abducted and kidnapped him. They kidnapped little Muhammad. They beat him. They took him to the woods where no one else was there. And 3 Israeli settlers, they beat him. They didn't stop there. They didn't just beat this child, this teenager. They force-fed him gasoline and they burned him alive. This is the Israel that we just blindly support, that we don't really know anything about. We don't ask questions. We all have Facebook. Did you know you can Google search? You can do research. Just believe me, you're not going to hear about it in the news. You're not going to hear about it in the news. They're not going to tell you what your tax dollars are supporting. They don't want you to know about the children who are killed and shot and blinded and tortured and abused in every way. Did you know before a rocket was ever fired, 2,500 Palestinian children were killed? That's just the children. I'm not talking about men and women who are innocent as well. Men and women deserve to live. But I'm here today just to talk about the children. Because no matter what your ethnicity, your religion, a child is innocent. A child is infinite potential. The child is blameless. And the children are being slaughtered. There's people here in this country who will get upset and call an abortion murder in a medical building, but they don't give a fuck about bombing little brown children in Palestine, in Iraq, and in Syria, and all over the world. And I'm here to be the voice because they don't have a voice. They can't come here and tell you your tax dollars are killing me. So I want everybody here, you're moved or you're affected, if you have a heart at all, I want you to Google BDS, Bravo, Delta, Sierra, BDS, because your money contributes to the slaughter of people, and that means you're participating. Even if it's unknowingly, you're responsible for murder. You're responsible for genocide. And it's 2014, guys. I'm sick and tired of this shit. Yeah. Are you guys sick and tired? Yeah. I'm sick and tired of this shit. Not another nickel, not another dime. No more aid for Israel's crimes. Not another nickel, not another dime. No more aid for Israel's crimes. Not another nickel, not another dime. No more aid for Israel's crimes. Nickel, not another dime. No more aid for Israel's crimes. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. All right, guys, we're here not just for Palestine, not just for their freedom to live, but the very bare necessity of your religious freedom. Sam, you made a great point. We lost everything. And when I say we, I mean the Palestinian people. And I'm speaking personally for my own self. I've After seeing so many people, human beings, even if they're related to you or not, they look like you or not, seeing so many people killed and nobody cares, it's just another day. I lost my faith in humanity. I really did. So all I had was my spirituality. Don't let them take that spirituality. Because when people lose hope, when people lose peace, we don't know what comes after that. We don't know what people pick up when they drop and lose peace. We want to avoid that. We're here out of love. We're not here to incite violence. And I want to say, I condone an attack on any religious establishment regardless. There was an attack on a synagogue, and I'm against that 100%. Unfortunately, 2 people were killed. I'm not going to go into the details if they're in the wrong place or wrong time. The fact of the matter is 2 human beings were killed in a place of worship. But I want to just say the world cried and gave knowledge and spoke about the attack in a synagogue by 2 Palestinians. But nobody even mentions that 161 mosques were bombed in Gaza. Why didn't that make the news?
From Ferguson to Palestine, occupation is a crime.
From Ferguson to Palestine, occupation is a crime.
From Ferguson to Palestine, occupation is a crime.
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 Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Gaza.
Free, free Gaza.
Hi, my name is Pete.
Speak into the mic, brother.
My name is Pete. I just pulled up on here. I don't believe in violence. I don't believe in countries against countries. I don't believe in all that. I believe everybody should love everybody.
That's right. That's right.
You should be equal as one. Honest to God. I came tonight because I don't believe in violence. I really don't. I mean, I may be somebody wrong. I shouldn't be even up here. Real.
I want to hear your voice, brother.
I'm an American person. I'm born and bred in America. Born and bred. I don't believe in any violence for any country, for any reason, for any... I really don't. I really don't. I don't care where you're from. If you can hear me, I don't use this. I just use my bad spot.
You're good, man. Doing great, brother.
I don't. Everybody should love everybody.
Right.
I don't care where you're from. I don't care where you're from. Everybody should love everybody. I don't care. Look, when I'm gonna tell you something, I'm being born and bred in the USA. When 9/11 happened, I was an angry person. But if you come and think about it, it's the government. Nobody.
Say that.
Honest to God, I swear. I don't even belong up here. I don't even know why I'm up here. But I love everybody here. I respect what you're doing. And I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine.
Hey, does anybody else have anything to say?
Yeah, let's blow something up.
No.
That's what we don't say.
No.
How to spell justice? BDS! How to spell justice?
BDS.
How do you 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 spell justice?
BDS.
Hey, Israel, what do you say?
Hey Israel,
What do you say?
How many babies did you kill today?
How many babies did you kill today?
Hey, Israel, what do you say?
Hey, Israel, what do you say?
How many children have you killed today?
How many children have you killed today?
Hey, Israel, what do you say?
Hey, Israel, what do you say?
How many babies have you killed today?
How many babies have you killed today?
Hey, Israel, what do you say?
Hey, Israel, what do you say?
How many innocent mothers have you shot today?
How many innocent mothers have you shot today?
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Gaza!
Free, free Gaza!
Who else wants to speak?
guys, if there's no one who wants to speak, I just firstly, I want to just say, guys, our friend Candace, our sister, she came out all the way from Dayton, and I think that's a shame. It's to me as well, and that's a shame that someone has to come from Dayton to Columbus. And this guy came from Cleveland, Ohio. God bless you for that, me. So I think it's a shame that someone came from outside our city to wake us up, and we should take that as a wake-up call. And I just want to say we should be supporting everybody who's supporting what we want. We have the same goal of freeing Palestine. So let's be supportive of each other to make our goals come true, guys. Thank you. Candace, this is me.
It's always important to remember that as we're talking about occupation abroad, we are also currently still on occupied land.
Right.
And as we fight against settler colonialism abroad, we also must fight against it.
Right.
Thank you.
Thanks for everybody for coming out. I want to share just two things from this week that were very important to me, and I just want to get it out there. So the first thing was a friend of mine from a long time. We have a different relationship. Turns out he's a Zionist. What are you going to do? It turns out, so we argue like hell, and then we grab a beer. Because we're in America. If we were in Palestine, it would be different. But his argument with me was, how come Palestinian activists don't come out when rabbis are killed in a synagogue? And then he said cynically, he said, I bet if it happened in Europe, you would protest it and say that's anti-Jewish hate. But if it happens in Palestine, you justify it. Now you hear what I'm saying? That's kind of a complex argument he's saying. He's saying if it happened in Europe, you would say this is racism against Jews, and we would fight it, and the Nazis are out. But because it happens in Palestine, you justify it. And I was like, no, we never justify it. At least I don't justify it. I don't condone it. I don't say Palestinian liberation is not going to happen with individuals with meat cleavers running into a synagogue. That's not how Palestinian liberation is going to happen. It's brutal, it's harmful, it makes a political war into a political conflict, into a religious conflict, and it allows the media a justification to show, brother, let me just say a few things. It allows the media to say, look at these Palestinians, they're fighting for, it doesn't do us any good. At the same time, in a condition of occupation, these are things that are going to happen. When 2,000 people are killed, these are things that are going to happen. When people feel like they don't have a voice, these kind of violent acts are going to happen. And to talk about the context is not the same as to justify the act. I would never do that action or organize for that kind of action. But when enslaved people fought against slavery, oftentimes they burned down the slave master's house. And people who were innocent in there were killed. But what right do you have to say to that enslaved person that they can't take that action? The oppressed have the right to fight back however they see fit. We don't have the right to sit there and tell them how to deal with their oppression. We can argue with them if we're there. We can raise a question. We can say that's not the way it's going to happen. But we don't equate the violence of the oppressed with the violence of the oppressor, because that acts like the oppression doesn't even exist. So that's something if people don't agree with fully, we should talk about it, we should debate it, but that's something I wanted to put out there. Second thing I wanted to say, and I'll be very brief, is that these students that came to Ohio State last week, from Bear City University, from the West Bank, what they said about... all right, I'm just going to say it's one thing. What they said about being a student under occupation really opened my eyes to certain things. And it was really brilliant what they talked about. They talked about when you go to school for 8 o'clock, you have to get up at 4 o'clock. And you have to figure out how you're going to get to school, because you're going to have to go through these checkpoints where they treat you like caged animals, right? And they showed pictures of what those checkpoints look like. And they talked about how people in Palestine, Palestinian students, can't even imagine what it will be like to just walk to school or just go to school in a normal way, because they're always trying to figure out how to get around the checkpoints. So that was very powerful. But here's something I want to share with you, because sometimes we get frustrated that why didn't people around us, don't they see the horror that's going on, and why aren't they activists and organizers? And here's the thing that really spoke to me. Everyone in Palestine isn't an activist or an organizer. They experience the oppression, they experience the sadness, but they don't necessarily become activists and organizers. And that's what they said. They said our task among Palestinians is to say, don't just turn the occupation into a daily routine. Don't just normalize it. It's like, well, here's how you go to school. 4 hours in advance, you got a plan. They said our challenge in Palestine is to say you need to organize against the occupation. So think about that. Even when you're in Palestine and you're feeling the occupation and you're feeling the oppression, you might not necessarily become an organizer. So think about some ways how hard it is here when people aren't feeling the direct threat, even when they care. That thing hasn't clicked in their mind where I should actually be an organizer. And so that's our task. Just to draw out that comparison really struck me. That's our task. How do we go from going for people who care and are sympathetic to say people who are going to be there and to call another person there? Like they used to say, Gil Scott Heron back in the day used to say, each one's got to reach one, each one's got to teach one. And that remains our task. And this event helps us to be steady in our task and to move forward. All right. You want to wrap it up? You want to wrap it up? All right, one last chant?
Yeah.
No justice. Oh, you want to say something? Yeah, bro, go ahead.
We want to let everybody know why we are here today, to stand out in downtown, represent what we're doing. We are here for peace. We are here to let everybody know that no one can just take our land, our place of worship. We watch in the media every day kids and women being harmed and killed. But we're not going to just allow this, sit back and just allow this to happen. You know, we're here for a purpose. We're here to speak up. You know, where our tax dollars going, and what's going on in the world that the media is not showing. So we are here today to speak from our hearts, to let everyone know that we are protesting in peace. You know, whether if it's one of us or 100 or 1,000, you know, we are here for that purpose. To let everybody know no one is going to take our land, no one will take our religious rights and freedom. And we are here to take everything back from what was stolen from us, taken from us, with no justice. No justice.
No peace.
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 No justice.
No peace.